districts.
Old barns stand as a testament to the farmers who worked the land as we built our nation. As the land has moved to other uses and the barns fallen into disrepair, a business in Lecompton is working to give them new life. And as Chief Photojournalist Doug Brown and I learned, the business owner shows why we all should take time to look beyond what we see on the surface. Where you might see an old barn,
it was built in 1886.
Tyler Chrisman sees a story.
History, hard work. They did everything by hand with a building like this. You get to see the process.
The co-owner of Bald Eagle Barnwood documents it all.
There he is.
Board by board, nail by nail.
It's kind of like a time capsule. Like going inside of it's like walking back in time, and I think it's really neat because I think a lot of people don't get to see that.
They tell a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Revealing the potential beneath the surface.
It's got all the pegs.
Not unlike Tyler's own story.
I like to call my wheelchair my work truck because it gets beat up and dirty.
He was born with cerebral palsy.
I think in some ways I'm kind of lucky because, you know, I've never known anything different.
Bald Eagle Barnwood was born when Tyler's dad, Darren, encountered a health challenge.
My dad was in the corporate world for years, and he got diagnosed with lymphoma. So he had to go through cancer treatments.
Darren coped by building a man cave out of materials salvaged from a shed someone wanted torn down. That led to taking down a dairy barn, which has piled up into this.
So there's lumber out here from 10, 15 barns at least.
Not one to sit on the sidelines, Tyler, who just graduated from Washburn University, jumped into action.
You know, he'd be out working on the barn all day and be tired, so he would only answer customers when he felt like it. Well, I started answering them right away, and it kind of took off.
Tyler isn't just customer relations. He's also the finisher.
So, yeah, this is pretty much the process.
When boards make it back to the job site, Tyler pulls the nails.
It's a good way to build upper body strength.
And these old barns had a lot of them.
I counted one time, in a 16-foot board, there was 403 nails. That was one of the worst ones.
A quick dusting with a wire brush, and he's ready to go again.
He does these long boards, 20-foot long boards, and I'm like, Tyler, be careful, you're gonna, hurt your back, you're not gonna be able to do this. And his dad, it's all about leverage. I said, okay. I said, but ask us if you need help. And very rarely does he ask.
It is, he says, the way Tyler's always been.
I mean, you could see it when him and his twin sister were on the floor, and Jessica would crawl over to the toy. Tyler would take a second, and the next thing you know, he's rolling. And it's just, he found a way to do it, and he's always done that.
It's been me the whole time, so I've had to figure out how to make things work. And my family, they never treated me any differently, so I had to figure out how to do things on my own. Those are the hand-hewn ones that, they shaped with an axe.
Perhaps that's why he can vision what a barn might be.
The doors are all different sizes, lots of pulleys, lots of head gates, and look at the size of those hinges.
When it can't be a barn anymore.
Those would be a lot of table legs, like our bigger beams. They are typically for mantles. Tin's a big seller too. A lot of people will do like wainscoting. It makes a cool ceiling.
Your woods in a restaurant in Vegas.
And it's in Wrigley Field somewhere. The reality is that a barn like this, and 95% of the ones we've done, that if we don't take them down, they're gonna just be bulldozed and buried or hauled off to like the dump. It's sad seeing them go, but at least they're allowed to live on in a different way, and they'll be used for all different kinds of projects, and just to get that lumber, give it a new life is something we take a lot of pride in. You're only limited by your imagination.
Tearing down barns and barriers to see the potential that lies within.
Some people see the chair and they assume that I have limitations, but I may have to do things a little differently, but I usually find a way to get the job done. This barn, it's rough and not what it once was, but it's still got potential, and it's kind of like how you shouldn't underestimate what people can do because they might surprise you.
October, by the way, is Disability Employment Awareness Month. You can check out the Bald Eagle Barnwood Facebook page to see Tyler post all their work and some of the cool old barns from around the country that he spots. But I said, Tyler, do you see yourself as a role model? And he's like, well, I've kind of grown into it. And he gets a lot of support on social media. And he says he hopes that he's motivating people, but it's really about their work. That's the really super cool thing. But then you see him going around doing what he does with no limits.
What a great mission to preserve that history, which is so rich too. And how about his passion and perseverance? Something for all of us to certainly admire. The government shutdown continues into